Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews. We're doing a mystery beer taste challenge, so I'm going to open this bottle. And if you give me your glass, that's over there.
Why you grab it? Take it before I had to close my eyes.
That's all right. Okay.
Sounds like a beer.
There it is.
Oh, jeez, you know, this shit again. Give me more beer.
All right.
All right. Can I open my eyes? Can I open my eyes? Do you have your vessels somewhere?
Yeah, ready to go.
All right.
There it is. So we have a pretty thick off-white head, and what color is that? Kind of orange?
Goldish gold, I'd say. It's kind of hard to tell. You got orange and pink and all kinds of
gold orange.
All kinds of soothing colors going on in this room.
All right, this is the desert room.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it, the desert room.
Designed by Elizabeth. All right.
All right, what's the ABV on this?
7.3.
7.3. Is it foreign or domestic?
And it's domestic.
Okay. I'm gonna taste this and see what it's all about. Cheers.
What are you getting on the aroma?
Well, it's dissipated. When the first was being poured and the head was dissipated, and it was very floral and candy-ish.
Okay.
And then tasted 7.3. Well, it is an IPA. I can taste that.
Sure it's not an American adjunct lager?
No. I got it narrowed down to a couple of beers. But 7.3 is kind of throwing me off. I'm trying to think, who puts out that obscure 7.3?
I guess we could say the body's medium. It's a pretty sweet beer. What about the bitterness level?
It's fair. I mean, when you first taste it, you get punched with bitter, but that's why you know it's an IPA, because it kind of coats your tongue. So the next sip is not as bad.
Finish is kind of sticky.
Yeah.
Well, before you try to guess, how would you score this beer?
It's pretty decent.
The smell's starting to come out.
Oh, that's because I forgot to put deodorant on. Sorry. Is this Bosun beer that you always try to trick me on? That Trader Joe's?
Well, we've done those, so why would I bring it again?
Because I know you. I go and say it's that Bosun beer. That Trader Joe's beer.
There's two of them. There's a double and an American. But the problem with Bosun is the American, I think, is 6.5 and the double is 8.4.
The problem also with that is that the beers taste different. They're similar, but they taste different. You go in there, sometimes it tastes like this or it tastes like that.
Oh, you don't find they're consistent?
Consistently tasting different, yeah.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I think they've improved them over the years. But like, if I went and bought a 6-pack today and 2 months later, it would probably taste the same. But I don't buy them because I don't live close to Trader Joe's. And it's convenient to buy stuff around here. Anyway, what would be your score on this?
Probably like an A-. It's kind of sweet. So I wonder if it's that Sierra Nevada series that they put out too.
A-. Now, to me, it's really good. And I'm going to go with 94. I'm going to say solid A. an 8, 9.4. What number are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it a 92.
92. So 92 to 94, only 2 points out of 100 difference. So Bolson, no.
No. Hops. Jeez, boy, I ain't had that in forever.
Hopsecutioner, yeah.
Oh, Hopsecutioner, yeah, I'm sorry.
You've had this before, huh?
Yeah, well, when they sold it in bottles.
They still make bottles, but they mostly sell in cans around here.
Yeah, I had this like 8 years ago. And then there was a shortage of it for a while, and then it kind of fell off because we got all...
Terrapin Hopsecutioner. Now, the company claims this is their flagship. And they had a variety pack, 4 different beers, but they didn't include this. So this uses Amarillo, Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, Simcoe, and Warrior hops. 6 different hops.
It's sweeter and less bitter than what I remember.
Okay, well, let me tell you about that. That's an important thing that you just said. When I first reviewed this beer years ago, and this is from Athens, Georgia, by the way.
When it was in a bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, because ABM Bob makes that now.
Well, it got bought out by...
Molson Coors.
Yeah, Miller Coors, yeah, Molson Coors. So when I first bought this, it was 7 point. The ABV's always been the same, 7.3. But it was 73 IBUs. When I did a revisit, it was 60 IBUs. When I bought it this past week, it had dropped to 58 IBUs. So they went from 73 to 60 to 58.
Well, no wonder why I couldn't pinpoint it.
What's going to happen when I buy it next year? It's going to be 48. I mean, why are the IBUs dropping?
It's sweeter and less bitter than what I remember.
You know, why are the IBUs dropping on it? Mm-hmm. What's going on over here? Terrapin?
It's not Terrapin anymore.
Well, I mean, it's still
sold out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the Terrapin Brewing Company. Just happens to be owned by Molson Coors.
They won the lottery check.
We were doing a hangout last night on Fandango Friday, and a guy brought a single malt scotch called Abalore. You ever heard of Abalore? Mm-mm. And he was like, "Man, this is really great," and I'm sure it is. And then when I said, well, sometimes we do screen shares where we'll bring up the website and everybody can see the website. So when I brought up the website, he was like, well, "Why are you showing Chivas Brothers' website for Abalore single malt scotch?" So I scrolled down and he was like, and it was Abalore owned by Chivas Brothers. And he was like, "Oh man." He was like,
"Who is Chivas Brothers?"
What's a really old company in Scotland that produces Scotch whiskey, like Chivas Regal.
Oh.
You've heard of Chivas Regal.
Yeah. So why was he upset?
He wasn't really upset at all. He
Surprised.
was just shocked, like he thought it was some little independent company.
Oh.
And I was like, well, it's actually owned by Chivas Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Because they use Abalore single malt in their blend. Like when they make Chivas Regal, they use the Abalore as one of their single malts. Yeah, just like Johnny Walker uses Lefroy, I think, in their blend. I believe that's the one. No, Kalila.
Coolio? That's a good one.
They're single malt. All right, so anyway, this is good.
It's $100 bottles for the 12.
Yeah?
It's going up.
So this is an excellent beer, but I guess your question is the same as mine. Why are the IBUs being dropped? You know, what's the story? Is that...
Why did it taste different than the last time I remember having it? That's why I'm sitting there and like, Hopsecutioner had like that real like, boom with the IBUs. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, this tastes similar, but it tasted more like one of those, I was off, that's why I was guessing Bolson. But Bolson's also has that kind of that different flavor going on. So I didn't know where to go. And I was like, man, it must be one of those Sierra Nevada weird things that they make that come in those orange and yellow and purple cans.
I think what happened was over the years, a lot of these companies, they just wanted to make it milder to appeal to a bigger audience. Because, you know, a lot of the newer beer drinkers, they don't go for that super intense bitterness.
So they're actually stepping away from what makes craft beer and trying to sell it like you sell macro.
Yeah, like Lagunitas used to have the hop stupid, you know, that was their whole focus. It's too hoppy, you can't handle it, you know. And then they decided, hey, you don't have to handle it. We're just not going to make it
stop
anymore.
making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just make fruit
I
salad.
haven't seen that in a long time.
You're not going to see it. It's out of production. All right. Anyway, and then Maximus, they changed the recipe for Maximus, made it less bitter. I mean, the one from Sierra Nevada, the Hoptimum. Remember Hoptimum? Less
get that
bitter.
anymore.
Yep, less bitter. So I don't dig it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. But anyway, I'm still happy with this beer. I paid $9.98 for a 6-pack.
Yeah, I heard somewhere along the lines of beer making that the process of making a really hopped up hop beer
It could be
did
expensive.
something to their filtration system. Yeah, and then there was that big hop shortage for a while.
It could be cutting back. That's why they're starting to put out IPAs with fruit flavor and stuff, just to make up for it.
And pith, yeah.
So
Yeah, they did try to
goodness.
make up with the right. So, well, the cloudies are like cake batter. They'll add like oat or some kind of wheat, or as you call it, lupulin
Yeah, lupulin powder.
powder. You look at the bottom of the can. There's a local company that makes pretty good beers, but when you look at the bottom of the can, you see all that. Looks like
Powder, yeah.
looks like
It's wet
washed up
powder.
cocaine at the bottom or something.
All right, so
Cake batter.
Les Le Bon Temps Relais. It's an excellent beer, but it's not quite what it used to be. But, maybe next year I'll buy it and see if they dropped it again. And we're going to end this review by saying y'all go to Athens, Georgia, and tour the Terrapin Brewing Company Brewery.
Owned by somebody else.